Oh yeah, is it Thursday already? Skeleton Crew leaked footage finally. Finally something to latch onto with the Skeleton Crew that comes out in 97 days, is it? 47 days, not 90, 47 days, is it? We also have some Andor Season 2 news as another familiar face from Rogue One might have just been confirmed to be in this Andor Season 2. We're going to talk about all of it. Let's dive into everything. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Thursday? It's Thursday, right? Chat? It's Thursday, right? Thursday afternoon. What's up, everybody? We got some Skeleton Crew news to talk about as it comes out in 47 days, not 97 days. And we got some Andor Season 2 news to talk about as well. So without further ado, before we dive into any of it, let's say hi to everybody in the chat first, shall we? Okay. Kit Fisto, what is up? Starchip66 in the house. Mando United, how we doing? Fearless, what is up? Nathan, how we doing? Chris in the house. Brandon Baker, what is up? Sombra, how we doing? Navarro, how we doing? King Shadow, how we doing? Thomas, what is up? You guys know the deal. That guy B, how we doing? You know the deal. If I didn't say hi to you, just yell at me in the chat. Let's give everybody a nice little
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Okay, so I'm going to be honest, guys. This leaked exclusive video from Skeleton Crew for behind the scenes was from a while ago. And by a while, I mean 2 years ago. Yeah, you did not mishear me there. 2 years ago. So we're watching a set leak footage from 2 years ago. Now, at the time, 2 years ago, we had no idea what was going on in this scene. It was just some leaked footage from Skeleton Crew, but nobody knew what Skeleton Crew was. Nobody knew what 2 years ago. 2 years ago. But now we can kind of put some context to this scene. It doesn't reveal much at all, but it does give us a little bit of a something with the Skeleton Crew show, as we are still only about 47 days out and don't know a single thing about it. What it's going to be about or anything else. I guess we know a few things, but we really don't know much about this show. And it's the next live-action Star Wars show, and it's coming up very, very quickly. So with that in mind, let's watch this 2-year-old behind-the-scenes exclusive from Bespin Bulletin. This was brought up last stream. I forget who it was. I apologize. But somebody brought this up last stream, and this is pretty damn cool. So let's dive right into this and watch this exclusive 2-year-old behind-the-scenes footage from Skeleton Crew. And to prove to you that it's 2 years old, look at this. 2 years ago, right there in the corner. Hang on. I got to fix this. Put that over there. Put this over there. Put that on there. Okay, good. 2 years ago, right there. Let's watch it, shall we? It's only 40 seconds long. And I don't think, yeah, there's no audio either. Crazy. Oh, now there's audio. Okay, so not much to that, obviously, but when you dive a little bit deeper, you can see a few key details here that reveal quite a bit, as this is from 2 years ago. We can tell that the kid on the speeder bike that is crashing, as you can see here, there's a speeder bike, kid on it, it's going across your screen, and he's going to hit something and go falling off the speeder bike. That kid is our main character of Wim, or one of the main characters, named Wim. If you guys don't recall who that is, let me show you. So we got main characters in the Skeleton Crew show. Skeleton Crew Star Wars. So these are our main characters in Skeleton Crew. I'll give you a better look at them, actually. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here's two looks at them. This is our main Jedi or a new type of Jedi, so he's described to be. That's being played by Jude Law. This is, of course, Neil, that everybody loves. This is Fern over here on the right. This Cyclops-looking girl is named KN. And then right here with the big sort of afro-looking hair is our boy Wim, the one in this video who is crashing in his speeder bike. Again, this is pretty wild. Yes, Grandmaster. What's up, Grandmaster? He's the one who shared it with me. Yes, this is the video we're watching right now. So this is the guy right here, Wim, and let's take a better look at him. That's him right there on the right. And that's, of course, Neil, Fern, KN, and this is their droid, SM-33. We'll get to him in just a second, but this is Wim. He's the one who is crashing. Whoop, wrong place. Crashing in this footage. So he goes, wee, kaplunk, crash. All right. We'll get to the context in a second, but as we go on to the next take here, there's some interesting things in the background. Oh, sorry, the third take. There's a bunch of people in the background, but for this third take, if you look pretty closely, right here, and I'm going to press play, but look right there in the middle of your screen. Look right there in the middle of your screen, chat. See it? You see it? Right there. I feel like the guy from Incredibles. You guys know what I'm talking about? When Jack gets it, or is it Jack? No. Yeah, Jack. Right? The quick kid? No, Jack's the baby. Wait, what? Dash. That's his name. When Dash gets in trouble at school, and then the teacher's like, right there. There was no tack on my seat, and then, you know, right there. So, if you look right here in the middle, it looks like a droid. Now, it looks kind of like K2SO, but it's not, because K2SO is in Andor Season 2. But it does look like a droid that I just showed you right here. SM-33, the main droid of this skeleton crew. He's going to be the pilot of the ship that these kids stumble upon. So now we're kind of putting together the pieces to the puzzle here. We're kind of putting it all together. Yes, Dash. Okay, it's Dash. I get it. Jeez, chat. Austin, it's your birthday? Happy birthday, Austin. Can we get some happy birthdays to Austin in the chat? It's also, or yesterday was also Kit Fisto's birthday, so we can get some happy birthdays to Kit Fisto as well in the chat. Jeez. They weren't wrong. September and October are the months of birthdays, huh? Pretty wild. Okay, but back on track. So, right there is SM-33, and it seems in this... Why do I keep doing that? In this footage right here, he is standing, watching as Wim goes and crashes his speeder bike. Right there. Now, there's not much context to what's going on here. He is on a speeder bike, of course. He's jetting across some sort of... looks like grassy terrain. Now, we've only seen one trailer for the show. We know so little about this show, so we can only speculate about what we do know so far. Lee, what's up? And what we do know is the trailer that we've seen. So if I pull up this trailer really quickly, I probably should have already had it pulled up, chat. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But if we pull up this trailer, you can kind of get a glimpse of where this might be taking place. So, let's do this. Skeleton crew trailer. There we go. So it starts off on these kids' home planet. They're going to be jetted off into an unknown galaxy.
Test.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what?
Like what?
We could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy. A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is?
I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
And here we go. That's it. This is where that scene is most likely going to take place. As you can tell, Wim, our boy Wim, is the one who finds this lost Jedi temple. He finds the ship that they're going to blast off into the galaxy with. But how does he stumble upon it? I believe he is crash landing right in front of that ship. As you can tell, him and Neil are opening up the garage to go get their speeder bikes and go blast off into the woods.
I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is?
There's a reason that they're walking right now and not speeding through the forest. They're walking because he probably just crashed. So this scene that was leaked over 2 years ago is most likely going to be in that very first episode. And this is going to be when our boy Wim right here, who's on the speeder bike, tries to drift, gets knocked off, and goes flying. That's probably when he stumbles upon the lost ship. Yeah. There's not much to it. I don't know why SM-33 is standing there. Maybe he's just in the background. I don't know. But this is the first behind-the-scenes footage that we ever received for this show. It just happened to be 2 years ago, and when it was released, there was nothing to it because we didn't know a single thing about this show. Now we know a little bit. Still don't know that much, but we know a little bit and enough to sort of speculate as to when that will take place. So it's pretty cool. I'm hoping for another Skeleton Crew trailer within the next couple weeks. I was hoping this week, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen anymore. Maybe next week. A man can dream. But the closer and closer we get to the Skeleton Crew, the more and more I get excited. And the little we know about it can get you more excited and it can get you more concerned. I feel like they're not marketing this show very well. We are still 47 days away, but they're not marketing it well right now. So many people are asking me questions. Mike, what's this show about? Is it animated? Is it live action? Is it a movie? Who the hell are the Skeleton Crew? When the hell does it take place in the Star Wars timeline? All these questions need to be answered before the show airs because fans need to want to watch it. Fans need to be ready to go by the time it premieres on December 3rd. And right now, there's too much mystery about what the show even is and who it's about and when it takes place and if it's animated or live action. So all those questions need to be answered. We need more trailers. We need more marketing. We need more interviews with Jude Law, with these kids. We need it all. You got a huge actor in Jude Law. You can market the crap out of that guy being in Star Wars, and you can do it, hopefully, over the next 47 days in a very successful manner. Let's remind ourselves, back in May of this year, when we were getting hyped up for The Acolyte Season 1, we were getting a trailer every single day. Every day. For about 3-ish weeks leading up to The Acolyte, we were getting a trailer or a TV spot or a new scene every single day. Every day. Until The Acolyte released. That's the marketing I want to see put on this Skeleton Crew as well. Yeah. Ian, what's up? What is up? John Groom, how we doing? But with that being said, tell me in the chat, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Skeleton Crew? And I'm actually going to put up a poll in the chat here. I'm going to put up a poll in the chat. If you haven't smashed a freaking like on this stream, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. But let's put up this poll, shall we? Do you think Skeleton Crew will be good? Yes or no? Let's see. Last stream I asked you guys if you were excited for the show. Now the question becomes, will this show be good? Because we know so little about the show, it's not like we're going in like The Mandalorian or Ahsoka, knowing all these characters from beforehand, or having some sort of instinct as to where this show is going to lead. Skeleton Crew is so mysterious, we don't know a single thing about it, and it leads to fans having concerns. Because just putting Jude Law's name on something is not going to win people over. So, will it be good, chat? Will it be good? Plos Productions, what's up, Plos Productions? It's been a while. Says, I think it will be unique. Okay, interesting. Interesting. You got to remember the time period it takes place in. It's in this Mandoverse time period, meaning it's going to follow what happened with Din and Grogu. It's going to follow what happened in the Ahsoka series last year with Ahsoka going off to Peridia, with Grand Admiral Thrawn coming into the known Star Wars galaxy with the Night Sisters. It could be what eventually leads into the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, because it will be the last project to release before the Mandalorian and Grogu movie in 2026. So honestly, yes, it's most likely going to be a very unique show, but a lot is riding on it. A lot is riding on this one show. And it's not just because it's the next installment in Star Wars. It's not just because it's going to lead us into the Mandalorian and Grogu. There's a lot riding on this show because of The Acolyte. Whether you like The Acolyte or not, as I know many of you in the chat do really enjoy The Acolyte show and hope for a second season, whether you like it or not, it divided the fandom immensely. Probably as much, if not more, than The Last Jedi did. And now Star Wars is in such a weird place where Skeleton Crew needs to hit it out of the park. And is Skeleton Crew the project to do that? I don't know. I really don't know. We'd probably be better off if we were waiting for Ahsoka, or we were waiting for a Mando Season 4, or Andor Season 2 even, which is going to come out later next year, and we'll talk about it. We got some news about that. Don't worry about it. But Skeleton Crew has a job that it wasn't intended to have, and that is to please all these angry Star Wars fans who are so mad, more mad than usual, because of The Acolyte. And I don't know if Skeleton Crew is ready for that. Just a backlash from the Star Wars fandom. I don't know if this show is what deserves that or even can receive that and stay alive. My worry with Skeleton Crew is that it will come into opening day with a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. The same thing that The Acolyte show did. The Star Wars fandom is in such a weird place now that there's, of course, extremes on both sides. People who really, really hate on everything. People who really, really love everything. There's extremes to both ends. But both ends are very, very powerful. And they don't know how powerful they truly are. The Acolyte Season 2 will most likely never happen because of one of those powerful sides of the fandom. It came in with a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes audience score before it even released a single second of the season. If the same thing happens with Skeleton Crew, we are not going to be in a good spot as Star Wars fans, because Disney's going to look at that and go, oh shit, what do we do? So Skeleton Crew does have a lot riding on it. And the little we know right now concerns me. I think we need more trailers, need more information. If Hondo's going to be in this show, show us in a trailer. Tell us before it comes out. I get the cool surprise stuff. It's great. Seeing Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian is one thing. We need to know if certain characters are going to show up in Skeleton Crew, because that will help massively. Massively. So if Hondo's going to be in it, if Maz Kanata's going to be in it, tease them. Tease them in the trailers. Tease them in the marketing. Do something to get fans excited for this show. Because we need a win here, chat. We need a win in the Star Wars fandom to end this 2024, as it's been quite a shaky year for the Star Wars fandom, to say the least. And we need to end it on a win. We need to end it on a win. And I think Skeleton Crew could be a pretty big win for Star Wars fans if it goes how I'm thinking about it in my head. But you guys know me. I'm crazy, okay? I'm absolutely out of my goddamn mind. I expect Cal Kestis to be in there. I expect Captain Rex to be in there. I expect Maz Kanata, Hondo Ohnaka, Din Djarin, Harrison Dula, maybe even Grand Admiral Thrawn. I'm crazy. But sometimes crazy works. Sometimes crazy is needed. And I think with Skeleton Crew, it needs all the crazy it can get, especially coming off the backs of The Acolyte. But let's not forget, chat, there was one Star Wars project that came out between The Acolyte and Skeleton Crew. Can anybody in the chat tell me what project that might have been? Anybody? 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 Chat? The Rey movie? What are you talking about? No, the Rey movie doesn't come out for years. I'm talking in between The Acolyte and Skeleton Crew. Are you crazy? What? No, I'm not crazy. Ahsoka? Guys, come on. Nathan, there you go. Rebuild the Galaxy. Lego Star Wars, Rebuild the Galaxy. And let's not forget, chat. Let's not forget that show is currently sitting on Rotten Tomatoes at a 100%. Now, I'm going to be completely frank and completely honest with you guys. Was this a fun show to watch? Yeah. Was it life-altering, greatest thing to ever happen? No, it wasn't, okay? It was a fun time in Lego Star Wars, a sort of what-if in Star Wars. It was cool. But it was not what Star Wars needed. It was not what we were hoping for, you know? It's not what that we really, really needed, you know? So Skeleton Crew has to live up to that, you know? Yeah, no? All right, let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay. Let's see. Hodges says, if people are asking if it's an animated show, then they're not really fans, are they? One trailer has already been out, but I agree, there needs to be more hype to be built. Well, I don't agree that they aren't fans. Some Star Wars fans aren't as hardcore as we are. Clearly. But some fans don't even watch trailers for stuff. They just watch it if it tickles their fancy.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Some normie Star Wars fans only watch some stuff, like either The Mandalorian or just the movies or just the live action stuff. So some of those fans don't know. They hear the name Skeleton Crew and they go, well, what's that? And that's a valid response. They haven't done a good job of just trying to figure of trying to market this show, you know? All right, let's see where your hype level's at. JC says a 1 out of 10. Crazy. Austin says 10 out of 10. 7.5. 8, 8, 8, 8. A lot of 8s. 9.5. Wow. 7. 6.9. Nice. 8. So it seems like we're around 8s, which is pretty damn high, if I do say so myself. Jude Law is a grand asset. I'm about an 8 out of 10. Excited for this. A new trailer could easily trickle me to a 9. Yeah, I think now more than ever we need a new trailer. Like either now or next week or at some point over the next couple weeks, we need a new trailer. They got to start marketing this thing. We have less than 50 days. 47 days till this show airs. We got to get going here. We got to get people knowing what Skeleton Crew is, what it's going to be about, all that stuff, you know? Austin says, I'm playing Star Wars Outlaws. This game is awesome. That's awesome, Austin. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Okay. Yeah, there's a ton of pressure on this show. It might determine the fate of Star Wars shows as we know it. I don't know if Skeleton Crew is not a success, if that will be the end of Star Wars television. Only because Andor Season 2 comes out next year. So I feel like if Skeleton Crew does fail miserably, and then Andor Season 2 also fails miserably, then we'll have that conversation of, is Star Wars just going to stop making TV shows? And that would be a very, very bad mistake to make. I think what they've done with Star Wars live-action television on Disney Plus for the last 5 years has been nothing short of incredible and necessary for the brand. I was sitting there scrolling through Disney Plus, and I kind of just went through greatest hits. I watched Book of Boba Fett episode 6 with Luke training Grogu. I watched Mando season 2, Luke saves the day. I watched Mando season 3 finale. I watched Ahsoka episode 5, Shadow Warrior. I just kind of went through greatest hits. Andor, a couple episodes of Andor. And I sat there and I was like, holy crap. As a Star Wars fan, we got all of these incredible shows from Ahsoka to Mando to Andor, all within the last couple years. As a Star Wars fan who, I'm not one of them, but as a Star Wars fan who grew up in the 70s or 80s or 90s or 2000s, you had to wait years and years in between projects to wait for the next one. Now we're so used to getting multiple projects a year that it's become such just a normal thing to go, oh yeah, there's 2 Star Wars projects this year and they were pretty damn good. And we don't really appreciate what's happening here. We don't appreciate how incredible it is to be a Star Wars fan at this current point in the timeline, in the world. It's insane. So whether you like it or not, it's a pretty damn good time to be a Star Wars fan. Now, Skeleton Crew hopefully will be put into that, even if it has one episode that hits that greatest hits that I just talked about, from Andor episodes to Mando season 2 finale to Ahsoka episode 5 to Acolyte episode 5. Like, if it gets in that greatest hits category, even one single episode, I think it's done its purpose. I don't see Skeleton Crew being the greatest show of all time. I don't see it passing Ahsoka. I don't see it passing Mando. I don't see it even passing Andor. But it could be that middle-of-the-road necessary story to introduce all these characters. Somebody brought this up in the last live stream, and it would be pretty damn cool if one of these kids, possibly Wim, because based off of the trailer, he seems to be the main guy. He's like, well, what if there's more to the galaxy? This guy right here.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure.
So Wim is sort of the main guy right now, at least from this one trailer. He's looking at this iPad-looking thing with a Jedi, possibly Luke fighting the Rancor, if that's what's going on here. I don't even know. But a Jedi fighting some giant beast. He's the guy who's like, what if there's more in the galaxy? He seems to be the one who wants to do more. What if he's Force sensitive and he eventually goes off to become one of the Padawans or apprentices at Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple? Like, there's some crazy connections that these characters from Skeleton Crew that we've never even been introduced to yet, they could play big roles in the future of Star Wars content. Jude Law's character being a new kind of Jedi, as described by the creator of the show, that could be something huge. Like, not just for the Skeleton Crew show itself, but for the Mando movie or possible Mando trilogy, if Jude Law's character is going to play a role in that, being a new type of Jedi. And maybe even play some sort of role in Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple. It's all going to be connected, so Skeleton Crew, although I don't think it's going to be the best of the best, it'll play its part. It's pretty much the same thing I said about The Acolyte, and I was pleasantly surprised by The Acolyte. I didn't think The Acolyte was going to be the best thing to ever happen, and it wasn't. But I was actually more surprised at how good it was than going in. Oh, you guys check out my new shirt yet? It's Vader walking in AT-AT. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted. Chat. And while I'm distracted, let's celebrate a little, shall we? Shall we? We just hit 95,000 subscribers on the channel, so let's celebrate, shall we? Hit it! Wow, 95,000 subscribers. Absolutely insane. So, of course, we are on our way to 100K subscribers, which is absolutely insane. And, of course, at 100K, that nice cup of water will be dumped on my head. We are getting very, very close. Very, very close. And I can't wait. But 95 is it's just as big of a milestone. So let's hit it again, please. Oh, what, why is the screen black? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Fixed itself. Never mind. I guess we celebrated too hard, chat. We almost broke the entire stream. Okay. But yeah, absolutely insane. 95,000. I could not thank you guys enough. I don't even know. It's insane to think that we would be at 95,000 subscribers in October of this year. I would have laughed at you in your face. I would have laughed straight in your face and said, "You're an idiot. You're an idiot." And here we are. So, yeah. Oh, Darth Plagueis lives with a very generous $5 holla. God damn. Says, congrats on 95K. Next stop, 100. I know. It's absolutely wild, but we got to celebrate the little victories, and 95 is a big one. It's a big one. So we're celebrating today. We are celebrating today. We hit it actually right before the stream started. So pretty cool. Pretty damn cool, and I appreciate the super chat. I really, really do. Super chats, memberships, help keep the lights on over here. So I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay. That guy B says, I'm hoping the show hits it out of the park. People will see the Goonies, and that alone will give them the slight nostalgic advantage over the last show that came out. I get that they're calling it sort of Goonies meets Star Wars type deal, and that's cool. Goonies is a great movie. But you want to just draw in fans of Star Wars. And by doing that, you're going to have to market the shit out of this show because nobody knows what it is right now. I don't even know what it is right now. I understand that Jude Law is going to be in it. These 4 kids are going to be in it. They're going to blast off into the galaxy. Pirates are going to be in it. But I don't know who the bad guy is going to be. I don't know what the plot of this show is going to be, where it's going to end off. I don't know how this affects the Mandalorian and all this other stuff going on with Grand Admiral Thrawn. I don't know anything. So they need to sort of at least let us in on the secret. Let us in on the fact that this is hopefully going to be a really, really good show that we need to get excited for. Yeah. Yeah. Ian says, okay, let's calm down and not put too much pressure on this show and just take it as it is. I understand that. You don't want to put too much pressure on the show because it might not be as good as you hope it to be. When I say I want Cal Kestis to be in this show, it doesn't mean that if Cal Kestis is not in this show, I'm going to kick and scream and cry and punch my TV. That's not what's going to happen. I'm going to be kind of disappointed because I want Cal Kestis in live action immediately, and Skeleton Crew just happens to be the first show to come out. But hopefully the show gives me other stuff to look forward to and be thankful for and celebrate. You know? Lee says, don't expect and you won't be disappointed. That's not a bad way to look at it, but for me, I'd rather get really, really excited for something and then be satisfied by how good it is. You know? Nathan says, what if Jude Law is Cal Kestis? No. I mean, it's not like 0% possibility, but I really hope it is. First of all, Jude Law's character, unless he changed his name, Cal Kestis that is, his character's name is Jod Na Nawood. And yes, he kind of looks like an older version of Cameron Monaghan. Like, I think they're both redheads, maybe. I don't even know. Is Jude Law a redhead? I feel like his hair's brown. But you have Cameron Monaghan already. So what? He's like 10 years older, or he would be, 10, 15 years older in the Mandoverse. You could either make him look older with makeup or just he looks older. I think you have an actor like Cameron Monaghan who probably wants to play the character in live action. Just give it to him. It seems like a no-brainer at that point. He's not redhead at all. Okay, there you go. There you go. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I can't tell if he's redhead or not. Haja with the 3-month membership badge says, and 17 days. What? Love this. I just bit my tongue. Mother.
Incorrect.
Love this channel and the chat. My super troopers know who you are. I appreciate that, Haja. I really, really do. 13 months is crazy. 3 months is crazy. 13 months is also crazy, but 3 months is crazy. Disney has to be smart and not fall for show bombing that's been happening. Yeah, I mean, it's not just Star Wars that has been met with these bombs, these viewership bombs. But yeah, you can't really give in to that. And you got to look at the broader picture of what's actually going on, you know? I think they must have something because it's so quiet. That is something weird too. That is something really strange. Why is it so quiet when it comes to Star Wars news? Now, we do have some Andor news today, Andor Season 2 news. I appreciate the hearts, guys. I really do. we do have some Andor Season 2 news today that we're going to talk about. And, of course, we're talking about Skeleton Crew today, but this is a Skeleton Crew leak from 2 years ago. Like, this isn't something that just came out. The news in the Star Wars fandom over the last probably 5-6 days has been silent. Literally silent. The only thing that Disney has released was the 10 fun facts about Rebels. They've been so quiet for about a week now, and it almost feels like they're sort of, it's the calm before the storm. They're ramping it up so that at some point this week or next week, we are going to be talking about something big coming. Probably a Skeleton Crew trailer, but hopefully a Skeleton Crew trailer. But something big I feel is coming in terms of an announcement. Yeah. Abso-fruitly. Yeah. Keep expectations in check. Never. Never! Never. There's been a book that released. Yeah, the Mace Windu book just came out the other day. That's true. I'm glad I didn't know beforehand that Plagueis was in the Acolyte, but that's okay. It's Plagueis. With Hondo, I feel like we should know beforehand. I agree with that. There's some surprises that should remain a surprise. Like if Cal Kestis is going to actually be in Skeleton Crew, don't tell me that. But if Hondo Ohnaka is, I wouldn't mind seeing that in a trailer. Now, the surprise would be pretty cool, but it would get way more people excited for the Skeleton Crew show and probably make more people go, maybe I should check that out. Maybe I should probably go check that out because Hondo's going to be in it. Or even Maz Kanata. Or you don't even have to show the two of them. You can just tease at them. Let's be honest, chat. Myself included, there is a ton of Star Wars fans whenever they release a new trailer for anything that are dissecting every single frame. So if you tease at Hondo Ohnaka or anybody else in just one little frame of a trailer, it's going to be caught by the crazy Star Wars fans like myself. And then it's going to spread like wildfire. Every news article is going to be Hondo Ohnaka in the new Star Wars show in live action or whomever it is. So just put them in the trailer. Just put them in the frickin' trailer. We need something to latch onto with this show. We need something that will get people hyped up, you know? Annie K, what's up? You know? Oh, just scroll down to the bottom. Fearless with a very generous $2 holla. I appreciate that. Fearless says, congrats on 95K, Mike. Let's go. Oh, yeah, guys. If I haven't mentioned this, if I've mentioned it once, but if I haven't mentioned it today, if you send in a super chat, I will do any Star Wars impression of your choosing for any amount of money. Star Wars impression, that is key, and I cannot guarantee you that it will be good. I can only guarantee you that it will be legendary. Okay? Fearless with the 7-month membership. Wow, 7 months, Fearless? That's crazy. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Okay. Where was I? That's so funny. Some guy just came in here, started to call me a shill, and then left. Poor guy. Okay. Yeah. Just so, Mr. Sean says, just shows how much an official What If show would mean. Yes and no. Yeah, Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy was kind of a What If show, but I don't think they should ever make a What If Star Wars show. And that's not because I'm making What Ifs on YouTube, because they're awesome, first of all. And I appreciate you guys for watching them. But I don't think it'll work with Star Wars. It works with Marvel because you have the multiverse, and the multiverse allows you to have a What If series. With Star Wars, there shouldn't be a What If. There shouldn't be a multiverse or anything like that. But I guess with Legos, you can do it and get away with it. I would be surprised if they don't have something dope up their sleeves with this show. I would be very surprised by that too. Let's not forget how this show came about. Okay, chat? If you don't know, let me tell you. During filming of Spider-Man No Way Home, Jon Favreau, who plays Happy Hogan in the MCU, he was on the set of No Way Home, of course, playing Happy Hogan. And the director of Spider-Man No Way Home is John Watts. Now, John Watts is also the director of Skeleton Crew. So how did that happen? Well, John Watts pitches the idea of Skeleton Crew, of this show we're talking about right now, to Jon Favreau and said, I want to do this Star Wars show. What do you think? And he said, this is fan-frickin-tastic. Brings it to Dave Filoni, and they streamline the show. Make it immediately. No questions asked. Because the idea was so good, and it fit perfectly into their Mandoverse plan. Fit perfectly into where this story is going in the Mandoverse. So, although we don't know anything about what this show is going to be about, how it came to be gives me hope that it's going to be really, really good. Because John Watts did all three Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. No Way Home, Far From Home, Something About Home, Homecoming. He did all those movies. So that guy working on Star Wars, that alone gets me excited. And then how it came to be with Jon Favreau thinking it was such a great idea that they immediately streamlined the show to get it out as soon as possible because it fit their plan with the Mandoverse. It sounds fantastic. The idea, the concept, how it came to be gets me more excited than anything I know about this show. Yeah, Jude Law in Star Wars, cool. These kids going off fighting pirates, cool. Steve Urkel in Star Wars, cool. It's all cool, but how it came to be is way cooler than anything I've seen so far. Now, again, things can change. If Hondo Naka's in the next trailer, things have changed. But as of right now, how this show came to be is far more intriguing and cool to me than what I know about this show. And hopefully, it's a good one. Okay. That guy B says, I wish I got paid by Disney. My income is a joke. Oh my God. I wish I got paid by Disney too. It's funny because I get called a shill on the daily at this point, and if it would be great if I actually was one, you know? Like, what the hell? I'm getting called one, but I'm not actually one. Like, what's the point anymore, chat? Might as well just go on and just
Execute Order 66.
Austin Snow says, I sense a Vision Season 3 coming. Vision Season 3 will probably happen, and it will probably be announced at Star Wars Celebration. That's the words I was looking for. Next year. But, yeah, that doesn't really excite me much. Yeah. Disney is hoping people just come back to Disney Plus and just playing something new without knowing much about it. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If Skeleton Crew's first episode is like crazy good and they don't market it at all, then the first episode's views are not going to be that high. But word of mouth is pretty damn good. And if Star Wars fans who watch the show go, oh shit, this slaps, like the youngins say these days, this show slaps. I don't even get that. What are we talking about here? It slaps? Okay, let's reverse, rewind, rephrase. This show is so damn good that you have to watch it. If Star Wars fans are screaming to the normie fans that you have to watch this because it's so damn good, if something crazy like Grogu appearing in The Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 1 happens in Skeleton Crew Episode 1, then yeah, word of mouth is going to get people to watch this show. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's what's going to happen here. I think Skeleton Crew needs marketing to get more people to come watch it, because I don't think there's going to be this massive reveal of a baby Grogu in the first episode. Something's telling me that it's not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mando United with his first ever super chat. $5 holla. I appreciate that. Mando says, congrats on 95K and being the best channel out there. Shot to the heart. I appreciate it, Mando. I don't know if that's the truth, but it I'll take it. Can you do an impression of Grogu when he tries to say "this is the way" in Season 3? Grogu said, I do know what you're talking about, actually. I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me pull it up. Grogu saying, "this is the way."
I would invite you in for a feast, but I'm guessing that helmet isn't coming off again.
Hang on, before we get to this, let's not forget, in season 3 of Mando, well, I guess in season 1 of Mando, but in season 3 specifically, they brought back R5 out of nowhere. They were just like, hey, you remember that droid that had a bad Uncle Owen? This droid has a bad motivator. You remember that droid? They brought him back 40 years later to come be the GOAT. Okay? All right, but moving on.
Again.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Damn, chat. Damn, chat. He's gonna... On the list of what are Grogu's first words going to be, this is the way it's probably at the top of them. And he just tried so hard to say it here. I bet you his first words are this is the way. Either that or... Nope, just that.
This is the way.
Now in other news, how the hell am I supposed to make that noise? Brandon, what's up? Let's listen to it again.
The way.
Let me channel my inner Grogu for a second.
This is the way.
Batu. He almost sounds like Donald Daffy Duck. What? Donald Duck? Daffy? Who? The guy was like, you know? Hang on. Let's try it again. Batu.
This is the way.
Hang on. That's as close as we're getting today, chat. I don't know. It's close enough. Is this Grogu's first words?
Way.
It was an attempt, okay? It was his best try, okay? I appreciate it, Mando. I really, really do. First ever super chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay. We can't rely on the hardcore fans. They need everyday Joes to watch the show. Yeah, absolutely. So they need to market this show to the normie fans. You can't just have the hardcore fans watching the show, you know? You know? Ian says, I love the impressions, best bits of the live streams. Well, then let's keep them coming, chat. Let's keep them coming. It's possible that Disney is laying low from the Acolyte backlash. I think they have been, and they've done a pretty good job of that since they canceled the show, canceled for season 2. They've laid pretty low. Everything that they release is good news. Everything is good. Good news would be a new Skeleton Crew trailer. I think they're laying low because they got a trailer ready to go. They probably have a set date that they're going to release it. Maybe next Tuesday. They usually release them on Tuesdays or Mondays. So maybe next Tuesday or Monday. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. Yeah. Mr. Sean says, you might be right. Lay low until Thanksgiving and then start an ad campaign during football Thanksgiving games. That'll be way too late. No, that'll be way too late. Thanksgiving's the last weekend of November. That would be like 5 days before the show starts on December 3rd. So now that'll be way too late. Way too late. Episode 6 of Book of Boba Fett was peak. Oh, yeah. It was absolutely peak. From the Desert Comes a Stranger is my second favorite episode of all time. Only behind Ahsoka Episode 5, Shadow Warrior. I'm still holding on to hope of the nostalgic factor being so much like the Goonies can help Skeleton Crew quite a bit and bring Disney back around on these shows. I love seeing new episodes every week. Yeah, so there was conversations about whether Disney or anybody really should be releasing episodes weekly or all at the same time. Now, Netflix has always done the all at the same time deal, but Disney and HBO have always done the weekly releases. I think weekly releases are 1,000 times better. It gives you time in between episodes to sort of speculate, get hyped up, all that stuff. But The release dump is kind of nice because you can just binge watch it all at the same time. But I don't like it. Mike, you're right on the money with your perspective. Well, when aren't I? You know? When aren't I? Have I ever been wrong, chat? Nope, don't answer. Don't answer. I wish other folks recognized how lucky we are. Yeah, it's concerning, you know? I see a lot of always just hate in general in this crazy Star Wars fandom we live in. But so much hate about just Disney Star Wars in general. And to that I say, I feel bad for you. If you're one of the people who go around and go, anything that Disney creates is just not Star Wars, that like you're just not even giving it a chance at that point. Like you just why even go crap on other people's parade? Why go try and ruin someone else's day when you're just clearly got your own problems going on, you know? I don't believe I've ever gone back and rewatched anything, not just Star Wars, but any show. I watch it once and that's it. Honestly, I sometimes do the same thing. There's certain shows like Andor that I just recently rewatched that I hadn't watched since it came out over 2 years ago. So, and honestly, I thought I remembered the show pretty well. I didn't. There's 12 episodes of that show. I remember the Aldani arc. I remember the One Way Out arc. I remember the finale. But there was so much in between that I didn't remember at all. So now I'm going back and sort of rewatching a lot of stuff. I tend to rewatch Star Wars quite a bit, but because there's so much of it, when you're rewatching the Clone Wars and Rebels, that can take months, if not years, because it's 11, 12 seasons of animated shows. It's a lot of television, and you don't have that much time in your day. So you got to rewatch stuff kind of on the regular to keep up and remember all that happens. Because The Mandalorian and certain shows like the Book of Boba Fett specifically, I think a lot of people would really, really like the Book of Boba Fett if they went back and rewatched it again. I think the Book of Boba Fett specifically, out of all the live-action Star Wars content, got so much crap for no reason. Maybe not for no reason. Yes, the sort of him in his diaper was weird. The Vespa gang was weird. But everything else around that, the show is really, really good. And I think a lot of people's perception of the show is taken via the media's talk on Book of Boba Fett. I think if you go back and rewatch the show yourself with your own two eyes, you'll go, that wasn't as bad as I remember it being. And the same might be said for some other Star Wars projects as well. Yeah. Skywalker Academy says, Hondo showing up with the Pirates or even going against the Pirates will be so much hype. Yeah. You got a show that revolves around pirates with this Skeleton Crew show. It would make so much sense to have Hondo in it. Out of any character in Star Wars, he would be the most likely one to appear. Yeah. Empire Films, what's up? Hey, been a while. It has been a while. Where you been? Book of Boba Fett is a great rewatch. I enjoyed it the first time, though. Yeah, true. Me too, but yeah. Amanda with a very generous $5 holla. I appreciate that. Says, happy 95K. It doesn't sound real, chat. It really doesn't sound real at all. 95K? Are we really 5,000 away from 100? A silver play button? I sit up at night sometimes staring at my ceiling going, oh my God. That's it. That's all I say. And it says, fear is the path to the dark side. A Yoda impression, please? Yes, indeed, I can do that. Yoda saying, fear is the path to the dark side. Indeed, I can do that for you. Do you mean like the fear hates, the lead hate, the fear hate, the fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate type deal? I can do that one.
Fear is the path to the dark side.
Ah, that's the line you mean.
Fear is the path to the dark side.
All right, let's try my Yoda impression out. I haven't done a Yoda impression in a long time.
Fear is the path to the dark side.
Fear. Hey, fear. Fear. Fear is the path to the dark side. Nope, that's horrible. Hang on, Jet. Let me lock in here. Fear. Let's do it again.
Fear is the path to the dark side.
There we go. Fear is the path to the dark side. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Hang on. Take three.
Fear is the path to the dark side.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear is the path to the dark side. Hang on, I can't get dark side down. Wait a sec.
Fear is the path to the dark.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Why is dark side so hard to say?
Fear is the path to the dark side.
Dark side. Oh, that was bad. Fear is the path to the dark side. Damn it! I almost had it. Fear is the path to the dark side. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get today. I'll work on it. The Yoda impression is hard. It's really hard. But there you go. I appreciate it, Amanda. I really, really do. You guys are very generous today, and I appreciate it quite a bit. Indeed. Oh my God, Ian, you're crazy. Maybe I already read that. Oh, maybe Jude Law's character is one of Luke's Padawans. No, that wouldn't line up. He's going to be older than Luke by quite a bit, actually. But maybe maybe Jude Law's character is going to be involved in Luke's temple. Think about it this way. Luke's going to be training the next generation of Jedi. You think it's just him training all these kids? Probably not. He's probably going to have some other mentors and leaders as well. So he might be going around the galaxy looking for other Jedi, other Force users, and Jod Nawood might be one of them, along with maybe Cal Kestis, along with maybe Ahsoka Tano, Ezra Bridger, Sabine Wren, who knows? Could be some other familiar faces at that Jedi Temple for sure. For sure. Oh, Jordan Rennie with a very generous $5 holla. What's up, Jordan? Says, since Disney won't start the hype, we should. My request is a whim impression from Skeleton Crew. Okay, I like it. I like it, Jordan, and I appreciate the super chat. Oh, let's find a whim impression.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what?
It never gets old seeing Neil, okay? He's the GOAT. Already. We haven't even seen a single second of this show, and he's the GOAT. It's almost like how I feel about Neil is like how those people who put a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes as an audience score before seeing The Acolyte, that's how they felt. My strong feelings for Neil being the GOAT is how those people felt about The Acolyte before they even saw it. I think that's where we're at.
What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure.
You know what I just noticed? And not that I'm distracting or trying to stall from doing this impression.
What if we could go anywhere we want?
These roads, this is sort of like what's the word I'm looking for here? Suburbs. That's the word I was looking for. Suburbs. The suburbs of Star Wars. This is the first time we're ever seeing the suburbs of Star Wars. And interestingly enough, there's of course ships or speeders going around the suburbs, of course, on the streets. But why are there tracks? There's tracks in the road. Aren't these things hovering?
In the whole galaxy.
A little strange.
A real adventure.
I know exactly what line I'm going to say.
I found something buried in the woods.
What do you think it is?
I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
There's my impression. Here we go, Wim.
I think it's a lost Jedi temple.
I think it's a lost Jedi temple. That's not too bad. I think it's a lost Jedi temple. I can't get my voice as high as a kid who's 12 years old, chat, okay? Okay? I tried my best. God! I appreciate it, Jordan. I really, really do. Holy shit. You guys are way too generous today. I appreciate it quite a bit. Annie K with a $5 holla. 20th super chat? Holy shit.
This is where the fun begins.
Annie K says, I want only to bring peace and order to the galaxy. Already so many have suffered for what you call order. Yaddle to Dooku? A Yaddle line? Let's go. Okay. Yaddle. And then what was the line again? Yaddle says what now? Yaddle says who to the what now, Annie K? Let's see if I can just copy and paste this. Copy. Paste. When does she say this? Do we know? It's in their fight, right?
I'm afraid it is too late.
This is underrated, okay? Tales of the Jedi is probably... How do I put this? Tales of the Jedi is incredible, okay? Clearly. But the way that they just put 6 episodes that are all about 12 minutes on average out there. 3 about Dooku, 3 about Ahsoka, and they're all freaking incredible, is so impressive. Not only that, you get Yaddle versus Dooku, and this fight is incredible. It's absolutely amazing. So it did, of course, spawn Tales of the Empire, which was great, but it's probably going to spawn some more stuff like Tales of the Bounty Hunter, maybe Tales of the Jedi Season 2, some other tales like that, but let's see.
No.
When does she say it, Chad? When does she say it? Does anybody know when she says it? I feel like she said it before they start the fight, no? No, chat? Anybody? I want only to bring peace and order to the galaxy. Already so... Oh, Dooku says that, and then she says already so many have suffered for what you call order. I getcha. Wait, so he says I only want to bring peace and order to the galaxy? Doesn't Anakin say pretty much the exact same thing to Obi-Wan on Mustafar? I brought peace, justice, and security to my new empire. Your new empire. All right, let me, all right. When does this happen, though? When does that conversation, when does those lines go down? I only want to bring peace and order to the galaxy. Let's see. Why can I not find just a clip of it on YouTube? What's going on, chat? Why it no do this? Why it no do this? Oh, wait. Might have found it.
You've gone too far.
I don't know what you mean.
No, that's just the conversation between Dooku and Palpatine. I don't know. Andy K, I will try to find that. But for now, we're going to move on. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If somebody can find this scene actually and send it to me on Discord, that would be fan-freaking-tastic. That would be amazing. That'd be so good. All right. So now that we got that through, now that we got through the Skeleton Crew stuff, we watched that scene. Let's talk about the Andor Season 2 news today, shall we? This is pretty big, actually, because this might bring in a lot of familiar faces from Rogue One into Andor Season 2. Now, this news comes from Star Wars directly. One of very few things that have come out since Star Wars has gone on this sort of hiatus from giving out any news. And before we actually get into this, I want to put up a new poll in the chat, because this poll hasn't really budged in a while. So let's change it up. Let's change it up. All right. This poll is going to be, do you think Andor Season 2... Actually, let's do this. First things first, are you excited for Andor Season 2? Yes or no? Let's not forget, because I know a lot of you guys in the chat are very big Andor fans. I am myself included. But Andor is one of those shows on Disney Plus that got a ton of hate when it first was released. Let's not forget the whole bricks and screws stuff in the Star Wars fandom going crazy about Andor not being realistic, Andor not being true Star Wars, not having the Force, not having lightsabers, there's bricks and screws, like all that. Let's not forget the Andor chaos was big, huge. And Andor Season 1 is one of the most lowest viewed Star Wars shows ever. And it's not very close. When you look at the numbers from The Mandalorian versus Andor, Andor's all the way to, yes, Andor too, of course. They called it Andor the entire time. So Andor is not one of those shows that gets away without getting any hate. It got a ton of hate. So Andor Season 2, I'm sure, is going to be met with a similar reception with the Star Wars fandom. However, I think Season 2 has the opportunity to be 6 trillion, billion, quadrillion times better than the first season. Which is crazy. Because I think Andor Season 1 is incredible. Many of you, I know, have Andor Season 1 as your favorite live-action Star Wars show. Tell me if that's you in the chat. But with that being said, I think Season 2 can still be so much better. By not only just bringing us characters that we know and love, like K2SO or Orson Krennic, and bringing back those incredible characters, possibly seeing Hera Syndulla, Chopper, whoever. But I think just story-wise, because it spans across 4 years, each 3 episodes being a different year in the Star Wars timeline leading up into Rogue One, I think it has the opportunity to tell an even better story. Absolutely even better. But only time will tell with that. Now, with that being said, let's talk about this possible appearance of a character that fans know and love from Rogue One. So this comes from Disney themselves, as they did announce that Rogue One's actor Mads Mikkelsen joins the lineup for Star Wars Celebration in 2025. So Star Wars Celebration next year is in Japan, if you guys didn't know. And it will be in April. I forget what week in April, but it will be in April. And Mads Mikkelsen, who played Galen Erso, Jyn Erso's father, in Rogue One, will be there. Now, Rogue One came out 8 years ago? 8 years ago, right? Yeah. 8 years ago. So by the time this starts, it'll be 9 years before. Mads is a pretty big actor. He's been in a lot of stuff. I believe he was a villain in a James Bond movie. He's been in Marvel. He's been in a ton of stuff. He's a busy guy. You think he's going to be going off to Japan just to celebrate 9 years of Rogue One? I don't think so. Mads Mikkelsen is a big-time actor. I think this is all but confirming, and I've heard from other sources that they've heard that he will be in Andor Season 2. Again, take that with a giant grain of salt. It has not been confirmed by Lucasfilm. It has not been confirmed by these big sources that I follow the most. But I have heard rumors and some lower level source people saying that he will be in Andor Season 2. And him being at Star Wars Celebration is not just to celebrate Rogue One, but also to confirm that he will be in Andor Season 2. Now, we don't know when Andor Season 2 is going to release. However, it's supposed to be in early 2025. And I'm sure they will use Star Wars Celebration in April as some sort of either kicking off point for Andor Season 2 or midway point for Andor Season 2 or end cap for Andor Season 2. But it fully depends on when it starts, I guess. But it will run for 12 weeks or probably 10 weeks either way. So, what's up, Officer Murdoch? So, this news of Mads Mikkelsen, Galen Erso, being at Star Wars Celebration has led to fans going wild about him possibly appearing in Andor Season 2, and some less reliable sources have confirmed that themselves. Now, no fully reliable ones that I would come out and say he's going to be in it have said anything yet, but what do we think, Chad? Do you think Galen Erso will be in Andor Season 2. Now, before you say, no, Mike, you're stupid, let's think about this. He's the guy who created the Death Star. He's the guy that Cassian Andor tries to kill in Rogue One. And of course, he is the father to Jyn Erso. But we already saw the Death Star in Season 1. Actually, Cassian helped build the Death Star. Is it possible that we could be seeing Galen in Season 2? Now, here's the thing. Does he have to be on the same screen as Cassian Andor? No. Look at Season 1 of Andor. There's so many characters like Dedra, who for the first 11 episodes is nowhere close to Cassian Andor, not even in the same vicinity of the galaxy. Like, she's on Coruscant while he's off doing rebellious things in the Outer Rim. Like, they are not even close to each other. But we get both perspectives of these characters. We know for a fact that Krennic will be in Season 2. And Krennic is the one who went to go get Galen from his home, killing his wife. And he's the one who put him in charge of the Death Star. And Krennic, of course, was in charge of overseeing the Death Star as well. So where there's Krennic, there's most likely going to be Galen as well. It seems like a no-brainer to me, but let's put up a poll in the chat, shall we? Somebody just said in flashbacks, maybe. Well, it wouldn't have to be flashbacks. Andor does take place before Rogue One. You know? And by the way, 93, the math is not math, 93% of you say, yes, you are excited for Andor Season 2. But let's see where you're at with this. Do you think Galen, Erso will be in Andor Season 2? Yes or no? Let's see it, chat. What do we think, chat? What do we think? All right, we'll leave that poll up there for a bit, but let's read this article, shall we? All right, this is coming from Star Wars Newsnet. Star Wars Celebration Japan, Mad Mikkelsen confirms as guest. Could he be in Andor Season 2? Let's find out. He's confirmed to be at San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, not San Diego. At Star Wars Celebration 2025. The event takes place on April 18th to 20th in Japan. Tickets are currently on sale. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Mikkelsen joins Daniel Logan, who played Boba Fett in Attack of the Clones. Manny Jacinto, who of course played... Actually, I didn't know that. Manny Jacinto, who of course played the Stranger, or Chimere, in The Acolyte Season 1. He will be at Star Wars Celebration. Alan whatever. The guy who voices K2SO, Tamara Morrison, who of course is Boba Fett, Doug Chang, who is the what even is his position anymore? CCO? He's a very high-ranking member of Lucasfilm. I don't know specifically what his rank is, but he is one of the top dudes. Ashley Eckstein, who of course is the voice of Ahsoka Tano. Anthony Daniels is of course C-3PO. But Mads Mikkelsen is now added to that list, which most likely means fans will get a chance to meet them and take pictures with them or get autographs for them at Star Wars Celebration. Okay. His participation in the new series, he's talking about Alan, who voices... will Mikkelsen be in there? His participation in the new series has not been confirmed yet, Mikkelsen that is. But Tony Gilroy has mentioned that the second and final season will bring back legacy characters. Now, is Galen Erso a legacy character? That's up for discussion. When I think of legacy characters, I think Luke, Leia, Han. I think Anakin, Obi-Wan, maybe Ahsoka for a newer type of character, Padme, like Lando, Chewie, R2, C-3PO. I don't really think of a character from Rogue One as a legacy character. So when he says legacy character here, I kind of think like Leia, because it is about a show about the rebellion, and Leia would be involved in that. Maybe Bail Organa, somebody like that. Yeah. But Alan's involvement as K2SO, as well as returning the return of Ben Mendelsohn as Orson Krennic have been confirmed. Lucasfilm will probably be heavily promoting Andor Season 2 by April, or hopefully it's probably coming out by April. But so many of the main cast on stage would make sense. Galen Erso's appearance in a second season definitely sounds like a real possibility now. Stay tuned for more about Star Wars Celebration. So it seems more likely now than ever that a character like Galen Erso could show up in Season 2. And where there's Galen, there could be some other pretty damn cool ones. Yeah. So let's see where the poll's at, by the way. 94% of you say yes, you think he'll be in Season 2. That's pretty wild. Now, let's talk legacy characters in Andor Season 2, shall we? Andor Season 2 has the possibility to bring in a ton of awesome, cool characters. But when you think legacy characters, you think Andor time period about 5 years before A New Hope. Who do you think could be in this show? It's not going to be Luke. Luke's still on Tatooine. It's not going to be Obi-Wan. He's on Tatooine. It's not going to be... Could be Vader. Could be Vader. Could be Palpatine. I wanted to see Palpatine in Season 1 so badly. If you go back and watch any of my live streams, which Andor was the first show that we actually started doing live streams for. But if you go back and watch any of those live streams, I was hoping to see Palpatine every single week. It just made sense to me, and it still makes sense to me. Mon Mothma, we spend so much time with her character, and Luthen for that matter, on Coruscant. Even Dedra we spend with the Empire, but Mon Mothma specifically because she's in the Senate. And Palpatine, every once in a while, will pop in on the Senate and do his awesomeness. So I'd love to see Palpatine, but those are some big-time legacy characters. Leia, Vader, Palpatine, that would be insane. Now, you could be thinking of other legacy characters, like maybe some Rebels characters. Harrison Dula, Chopper. We see the Ghost and Chopper in Rogue One, so it makes sense to see those two, especially because it's confirmed already that Yavin 4, the Rebel base on Yavin 4, is going to be in Season 2. That's already been confirmed as well. Who else, chat? Who else do you think we could see? Chris Reed with the very generous $2 hollow. What's up, Chris? Says, I hope there's a lot more action in the second season. Yeah, Season 1 has a lot of slower points. It does have some action, of course, the Aldhani stuff, the One Way Out stuff, the finale. But I think Season 2 is going to be more action because it takes... It spans over more time. Like Season 1 is just 1 year. It's actually probably only a couple months. But Season 2 is going to be over 4 years. So there's going to be more of the more positive, or not positive, more of the more action-y type of stuff. Yeah. Chris says, Bail Organa, Mon Mothma, Vader. Well, Mon Mothma's a definite. She was in Season 1. She'll definitely be in Season 2. Bail Organa's a good one because he works so closely with Mon Mothma to start the rebellion. So it would make sense to see him. Vader is the interesting one there. Yeah. Catherine, what's up? Don't worry about it. I appreciate you being here. Vader would be crazy because we see him have the conversation with Krennic in Rogue One. We see him, of course, have the incredible hallway scene in Rogue One. I don't know. Maybe Lando or Han somehow. Han would be cool. It would be before he meets Luke and Obi-Wan on Tatooine, so that would be kind of interesting to see why he's there. Maybe Cassian needs help from somebody and runs into Chewie and Han. That would be cool. Lando would be cool too. Yeah. When does Solo take place in the timeline, chat? Let's look that up, actually. Oh, damn it. Okay, let's look that up. When does Solo take place? Solo takes place in the year 10 years before Episode 4. Really? Huh. So 10 years before Episode 4. So who knows what Han's up to at that point? Yeah. Who knows? He could be doing anything, really. I think Vader's appearance would be more likely a cameo than anything. Yeah, it would be probably a cameo for sure. I put Yaddle's voices on Discord. Oh, the video of it? All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Why did that not scroll down to the bottom? Okay, let's see. But is this the line? I need just a line that she says. That's just Dooku versus Yaddle. Or does it say the line?
I'm afraid it is too late.
That's the one we already looked at. Hang on. What about the other one? All scenes of Yaddle. Let's see it. Oh, here we go. We might have found it, chat. We might have found it.
Lord Dooku, step to me. Whatever your crimes are, help me now.
Then you heard. You know.
That does not matter. Whatever lies he's told you, whatever you have done, you can make up for it now by bringing him to justice. There is still...
To think, Yaddle could have saved the entire galaxy. Damn.
the chance to make things right.
I'm afraid.
I know you are.
I'm afraid it is too late.
What? When does he say that? What? All right, hang on.
I am on your side, Dooku. I stepped down from my position on the council. You were right about so many things. The council should have listened.
It's crazy. I might have to do a what if Yaddle survived this, because let's be honest, it would be ha ha ha. Damn.
Qui-Gon did not have to die.
Running back to your council.
It is you who has run Dooku into the arms of
14 minutes? Why you keep saying 14 minutes? What's in 14 minutes?
evil.
Dang. So good. We're getting a copy struck here, chat. Where the hell is this line?
Already so many have suffered for what you call order.
Then let me give you peace.
Here, I'll do that one line from Yaddle.
Order. Already so many have suffered for what you call order.
Already, so many have suffered from what you call order. I don't know. It's always hard to do these female characters, but at least I tried. That was a lot harder to find than you'd think, chat. A lot harder to find than you'd think. But I appreciate it. Annie K, I appreciate it. I really, really do. Yaddle's one of my favorites. I hate that she had to die in the first animated appearance. Yeah, well, she had to die because she's not in anything else. She makes this background appearance in The Phantom Menace, and then she's not in Attack of the Clones. So she had to die in between movies. But the way she died, we found out years and years later, is incredible. Yeah. Think about that. Let's think about that for a second, okay? Let's think about all the sort of plot holes that have been filled over the last 5 years. From just all the Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire, just those two very short 6-episode seasons, they filled in so much with Morgan Elsbeth and Thrawn and what they were up to, where Barriss Offee went, what happened with the Inquisitors, and then in Tales of the Jedi, where Ahsoka was, how Ahsoka survived Order 66 because she trained with Anakin to do so. Yaddle, of course, what happened with her, how Dooku and used Sifo Dyas to get rid of the Camino on the Jedi archives in the library. It fills so many just sort of little plot details that needed to be in such a genius way. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not keen on Yaddle. She's just like they put hair on Yoda for a quick character. That's true, but she became a lot more after that. That's kind of what that's the case with almost all Star Wars characters at some point. They started off, or their species at least, started off as a background character, probably in the cantina in A New Hope, and then they quickly become a species in Star Wars, and then one of those species becomes a main character that fans fall in love with. It happens so often with all these different side characters and everything. We're about to get the Skeleton Crew with Brutus. Brutus, the werewolf-looking guy who was first introduced, or his species was first introduced, in that cantina. You know? I'm glad Mike didn't understand the 14 minutes where the line was, because it was a great episode to watch. Well, I was watching a YouTube clip that was only 3 minutes, but I can't show Disney Plus, sadly. JC says, would be cool to see Yaddle and Yoda discuss their home world, or at least how they joined the Jedi Order. I'd love to get more background on Yoda and Yaddle, but I don't want to know where their home world was. And I want to keep it sort of a mystery on a lot of their species and where they come from. I don't want to know the exact planet they come from. I think a lot about Yoda's species and the people should remain a mystery. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Sorry. Okay. Let's wait, what? I want to bring this up before we get too far into this stream. I must bring this up because we are getting very close to Halloween, chat. And if you check your calendar, Halloween lands on a Thursday, meaning we will be having a live stream on Halloween. Tony's in the house. What's up, Tony? How are we doing? Don't worry about being busy. Don't you ever worry about that, but I appreciate it. But Halloween is on a Thursday, so we will be live streaming on Halloween, which is cool. But Lucasfilm, or StarWars.com, I should say, put up this poll about what Star Wars creature of the night scares you the most. So let's take a look at this, shall we? And we'll vote as a chat, shall we? Okay, so between zombie troopers and menacing arachnids, just a fancy word for spiders. Our favorite heroes from Star Wars stories have faced a terrifying assortment of frightening foes over the years. But the Star Wars Star Wars creature scares you the most? Zombie stormtroopers powered by Night Sister magic, a swarm of lightning-fast spiders, a creature that can read your mind and may take your sanity along with it, or one of many other eerily familiar sights. Okay, so let's take a look. These are all the options on this poll. We'll go one by one. Night Troopers from Thrawn's army from Ahsoka. That's choice number one. Night Sister spirits, which are the ones that take over your body. They take over Sabine and Kanan's in Rebels. The Ice Spiders from the Mandalorian season Dose. Boar Ghoulets from Rogue One, the one that reads or almost kills the pilot dude. What's his name? I don't know. Somebody help me in the chat. The Nameless. So the Nameless are from these High Republic books. So we haven't seen them in live action or in animation yet. But Brainworms from Clone Wars, where Barriss Offee gets the brainworms that take over her body. Yeah. Sarlacc Pits, of course, eats Boba Fett. Umbaramoth? What? What is this from? Hang on. We're going to have to look this up. Umbaramoth. What is this from? Oh, from the Acolyte. These things in the forest from the Acolyte. Okay. The moths from the Acolyte. Yeah, there we go. Wampas, of course, from Empire Strikes Back. Sando aqua monsters, which is there's always a bigger fish from the Phantom Menace. Rathtars that we see in the Bad Batch and in The Force Awakens. The Krayt Dragon from The Mandalorian. That's a pretty good one. Vexy, which is the snake from Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I think it's the snake from Rise of Skywalker. And the Ewoks. Are the Ewoks the scariest thing in Star Wars? Okay. What do we think, chat? What's the scariest thing in Star Wars? I'm going to be completely honest. There's a few that we can just take off the list because they're not that scary. And Ewoks is definitely one of them. Vexy is not that scary if this is the snake from Rise of Skywalker. Krayt Dragon would be up there for me. Rathtar is pretty scary. I mean, sharks are scary, so this thing clearly is top tier. Wampa, I mean, I guess. The moths from the Acolyte, I guess. Sarlacc pit, just stay away from them, you know? They can't move. Brainworms, now that's freaking scary. The Nameless, again, don't really know much about them. The ice spiders from Mando Season 2 were pretty damn scary. Night Sister spirits that can take over your body, that's pretty scary. I don't know, what do we think, chat? What do we think, chat? I vote Ewoks? What the hell? That's true. Ewoks do eat people. And they are scary in Battlefront 2. I didn't think about that. Ewok Hunt? That's true. Ewok Hunt is scary as balls. Are balls scary? Yeah. Anakin, what's up? What'd you miss? We talked about some Andor Season 2 news in Skeleton Crew quite a bit. Brainworms are gross. I think we got to go brainworms, right? Or maybe the ice spiders. I don't know. I don't know, Chad. See, Ewoks now make sense to me. I forgot about the Battlefront Ewok Hunt. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Spiders for sure. The spiders. I think we got to go ice spiders, dude. If you go back and rewatch that Mando Season 2 episode with the ice spiders, they're scary as balls. Either that or brainworms. I don't know. What are we thinking, chat? Ice spiders? I see a lot of ice spiders. I'm seeing a lot of ice spiders. I say we go ice spiders. We're doing it. Boom. What's in first? No. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Ewoks at 4%. Number one is the brainworm. Oh, but it's 1% behind. We were close. So the two that we were between were the two highest. That's pretty good. Nameless is pretty high there, too. I'm surprised Night Trooper is higher than Night Sister Spirit. And the Rathtar is lower than the Sarlacc. The Ewoks are too high. They're higher than the Krayt Dragon? That's crazy. And then Vexy being on the bottom makes sense to me. Okay, well, there you go. Scariest creature in Star Wars. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay. Oh, sand? Sand could be the scariest thing in Star Wars. It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere. That's horrifying. Okay, I'm going to end this poll. By the way, 6% of you guys think that Galen Erso will be in Andor Season 2? That's crazy. The Zilla Beast, that's a good one too. Abeloth. Well, Abeloth hasn't been brought into canon, but she would be the creepiest for sure. She would be. Yeah. Yeah. So we went over that stuff. So, I mean, Skeleton Crew's in 47 days. We need a trailer ASAP. Get people hyped up. But Andor Season 2 might be getting some familiar faces, like Galen Erso involved in there. Yeah, would be pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. Anakin says, I just watched Andor for the first time, and it was really, really good. That's awesome. That is awesome. I really wish I could go back and rewatch every show for the first time ever. You know, like getting that feeling of just watching it for the first time. There's nothing like that. But I appreciate it. All right. I'm going to get on out of here. We're going to have a little bit of a shorter stream today. I got places to be, people to see, places to go, and a what if to work on. So I appreciate you guys so much more than you will ever know. Let's celebrate before we get on out of here, shall we? Hit it! Absolutely insane. 95,000 subscribers. I appreciate it so much more than you guys will ever know. It's absolutely insane. We started this year with 5,000 subscribers. 5. That's it. And we've gone to 95,000 in just over 10 months. Absolutely insane. Hopefully we can hit 100K by the end of this year. And I mean, hopefully by the end of November at this point, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll celebrate together. And of course, can I get some good cups follow orders in the chat? You don't think I forgot, did you? Because I did. Can we get some good cups follow orders in the chat today, please? Because this entire cup of water or blue milk will be dumped on my head once we hit 100K subscribers. Okay. Now, huge shout-outs to Darth Plagueis Lives, Fearless, Haja, Mando United, Amanda, Jordan, Annie K, Chris for the very generous super chats. I appreciate it so much more than you'll ever know. And of course, all the members out there, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Mike, The Fifth Element? No. I haven't watched it yet, okay? Honestly, I haven't. And I'm probably not going to anytime soon. But I appreciate you. Smash a freaking like on the stream if you have not yet. Hit that subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. Fearless wanted the impression? What? And may the force be with you. Always. Oh yeah, what a great stream. What a great show. 95K. Absolutely insane. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate every last one of you so much more than you will ever know. Yeah. Craziness. 95. Crazy. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody. Whew.